Dort. Down to Dort. This is Lee Dort, and I'm down to dunk. This is Lee Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
I'm Josh Giddey, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, this is Kenny Hustle, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Darius Baisley, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mike Muscala, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Poku, and I'm down to dunk.
I love cereal. Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Oh, I can have these? I'm going to share with my team, but I'm going to hog most.
Good evening and welcome to 2022 Draft Night Thunder Dunk Party After Party.
The dog party after
I
party.
am Luke, joined this evening by Andrew.
I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Woo! Slam through.
Taylor.
And I say, what about breakfast at Tiffany? She said, I think I
Slam through.
You're supposed to do the whole song.
And Jay.
It's Jay.
I'm going to start doing the whole song.
Yeah.
And this is for very specific listeners that hate that I sing songs.
So whole song.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm trying to be conservative.
So, huge thanks, number one, to Fassler Hall
Oh my God.
for hosting us tonight.
Yes.
To Lively Beer Works.
Oh my God.
Nick Williams, related to both Jalen's.
Yep.
Oh, 3 Jalen's.
Brothers.
Oh, yeah. But
Brothers.
2
Three of them.
Jalen's.
They're all brothers. And then thanks to NBA Top Shot, too, for being there tonight.
And
Give it away.
also, thank you
Awesome.
to Dusty Gilpin,
Yeah.
who
shout out Dusty.
has made 2 new shirts that are out for pre-order right now.
Thunder U.0.
Thunder U 2.0. Yes.
Thunder U.0, J.
The classic.
Thunder U.0.
You should go.
It's the new era.
Yes. And then
It's all
also,
about you,
and
Thunder.
then also
U.0.
a shirt celebrating our drafting of Chet.
Chet.
And both are available. Go to our Twitter right now. We're tweeting all about it. It's also in our top little link thing at the top of our
It is
Pinned.
pinned tweet.
Top little link thing.
Top
Thunder
little-
UO.
Go check it out. Both are great.
We are in our A game
Both
tonight.
are going to look very good on your body.
Oh,
Agreed.
yes. I can't
And
wait to see them
we
on your
ship
body.
to you regardless of where you
internationally.
live.
Yep.
International.
International.
International listeners, hop on this.
Yep.
Or get out of here.
Also, this is probably the only run we'll be able to do before they say, hey, you can't keep printing these shirts. So you have until the end of the weekend to
Let's
order
get them
these.
out.
That's it.
Sunday
Okay.
evening. That's
Let's
it.
get them out.
Yeah,
Do
don't-
it.
Don't hesitate.
We had people here tonight from California, supposedly Idaho, supposedly Boston,
Boston.
Kansas City. Incredible.
Louisiana.
Incredible turnout.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So much
Oklahoma.
fun.
Oklahoma.
Stillwater,
Stillwater, Normand,
Edmond.
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 Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah.
And we all get to witness kind of a wild ride in the first 12 picks. Number 2, as expected, was Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
After number 1, we
But
not
number 1,
expected.
yeah, Paolo Banchero.
We were all like,
Unbelievable.
Which
We're
I
all
told
like,
Taylor.
what?
Yeah, I told Taylor, I said, never doubt Las Vegas. The
Yeah,
odds this
dude.
morning, if you were paying attention on Twitter, the odds this morning turned.
I
towards
woke up in
Banchero.
the middle of the night. My dog was barking. Not my feet, but my dog. Let her out. Looked at my phone.
Dogs were barking or
My
your
dogs
dog
were
was barking?
Looked at my phone and I saw that Paolo Banchero is the favorite to go number 1. And
Never doubt Vegas.
it blew my mind. And then you immediately start thinking, like, okay, so if that happens, that's not what we had anticipated. We anticipated Jabari, who we have thought is like a pretty good fit with the Thunder because they need shooting, they need a big man. He provides both of those things. And it gets to the point where it's time you start hearing from Woj. And Woj tweets that it's going to be...
And not everybody caught that because I did not catch that he posted
that it's
Jabari
going to be
tweet.
Jabari. And I am sitting there sweating a little bit, thinking, I have misread everything from the start.
I'm going to look like a fool.
And I will look foolish, and I have to figure out where I went wrong is kind of what I was thinking the whole time. And then he deletes the tweet and then gives the
egg on his face.
egg on his face.
It was about to be egg on your face.
I thought it was
Andrew.
egg on my face, but actually egg on Woj's face.
Mhm.
That they end up taking Chet, and he is their guy, which it's just been so obviously
Yeah.
their guy since the beginning because of the skill set that he possesses. The Thunder, to me, intentionally did not have a big man or a rim protector for this past year
Absolutely.
because they were hoping to get a player like him to be that guy. And they got, I mean, just think about how lucky they were in the draft lottery
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah.
Because we could be talking about them being like the Keegan Murray or Jaden Ivey spot, which doesn't I mean, it feels good for the Pistons because the Kings are the Kings, and they
Right.
will perpetually take the wrong guy, which I think they did it again. Took a good guy, but not a great guy.
Well, they
But
took the
getting
guy.
Chet-
They went more fit than best player
They did,
available.
which is the dumbest thing. But anyways, the Thunder get their guy in Chet. And that, to me, if you're feeling weird about the other picks, just stop for a second because what matters the most is the second pick. It's what they've been preparing themselves for this whole time. It's why you tank. You don't tank so that you can have a chance at Usman Dieng and Jalen Williams
and Jalen Williams.
and Jalen Williams. You do it because of Chet. Like this whole thing is all about
Right.
Chet. And
It is easy to get caught up in what happened at 11-12. So if you are somehow from another world and stumbled upon this podcast
and are listening to this
Yeah.
podcast
on
somehow.
pick 11, the New York Knicks selected Usman Dieng, but the Thunder traded 3 future firsts.
Yeah.
Incredibly protected first to get that 11th pick. And so the Thunder walk away in the first round with Usman Dieng, Jalen Williams from Santa Clara, which I want to let you talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And obviously Chet. And then at 34, they got Jalen Williams with the Y from Arkansas, power forward, kind of a JRE redux kind of guy. So
I do
anyway,
have
the 11-12, I think that there is validity to questioning the value. Like it seems like a incredibly expensive pick.
We did the listen, just
three
remember,
firsts.
we did the same thing last year though. Where it's like, oh my gosh, they took Trey Mann at that spot. Is that really worth it? And then you get through the year and it's like, oh yeah, that was worth it.
Yeah.
Or why didn't they trade back and get Josh Giddey at 9? Why didn't they acquire more assets? And here's the thing. The mock drafts get it wrong every year. Every single year they are wrong because people don't know what these teams want to do. And they don't know we don't know where Jalen Williams was at on the Thunder's board. He may have been 10. We don't know where Usman Dieng was. Some people had Usman Dieng at 16. Some people had him at 8. We don't know where he was on the Thunder's board. We don't know what Sam's evaluations of these guys are. And I think that you can feel pretty good that, one, they went and got – I mean, Usman Dieng is obviously one of their guys. They went and got him. And then same with Jalen Williams. Some people think it's a reach. Whether or not it truly is a reach, that was their guy. And we don't know who is going to – there could have been a team that wanted him right after them.
Yeah, and Jalen
We
Williams
just don't
was
know.
mocking anywhere between 15 to 20.
He could have
So it
gone
was a little bit of a reach,
Yeah.
but it wasn't enough. And there was so much.
It reminded me of the Trey Mann pick a lot.
Yeah. And I know, I mean, you're the one, Andrew, that actually called this pick leading up to tonight. And so I think that it was not so surprising. Like in our text thread, there were some conversations about this being a pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. Like and I know a lot of our listeners are going to feel the same way where it's, we spend a lot of time, excuse me, my voice is wrecked because there was 800
It was
people
so-
screaming.
And it was so loud. You had to scream to talk.
3 hours.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in on Dieng quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just because he's that another projecty kind of guy. Doesn't excite me. And then Jalen Williams, like the only clips I saw of Jalen Williams are the clips of him crossing Chet up.
I know.
to show
Those
how
are his
Chet-
most famous clips.
and so I don't know a lot about either one of those guys. So I just kind of was joking as I was walking around talking to people. And I was like, I don't know. I've got to wait until I get to talk to Andrew to figure out what I should think about these
Jalen
guys.
Williams, 6'6", 7'2" wingspan, a ball handler, my favorite bounce passer in the draft. He led Santa Clara in assists 2 years in a row. So he's a guy that can be your secondary ball handler. He's a developing shooter. He's not a great shooter, but he is a good scorer. And he is, to me, one of the guys that's like shoot, pass, dribble. Like if you want guys that can do that and defend, and he can defend up I think he can defend threes because of his wingspan. He's a guy who just adds to the versatility. All they did tonight, and I'm really glad they did it. I've been talking for so long, it feels like that they shouldn't take a big. Don't take a big because it will hurt your flexibility with lineups because they can only play one position. And I think Chet's a center, so don't take another center. I was preparing myself for Jalen Duren.
Yeah, because he was there.
He was there. I thought that maybe they would do that. I'm really glad they did not because to me he's a center. And long term, I don't think you can play those two together. We've got karaoke going on in the background. If you're listening live, I don't know
So
if you
we
can hear
are
that. I will
sitting
try to remove that later.
We're
but we'll
sitting
see.
in a private bowling alley
Yeah.
with karaoke blaring in the back.
I'm in heaven.
This is L-Man's heaven.
I'm in
L-Man doesn't know
heaven.
if he's- L-Man could be dead.
You said heaven like the way people say heifer.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah. I like the picks because they stay extremely versatile. Everybody can grab the ball off the rim and push. Everybody is going to be very skilled. There are very few players on this team that are not skilled. And you look back at the teams of the past with the Thunder, they're just not. They just didn't have very skilled players. I don't know what you guys are laughing
Are we
about.
going to?
The song,
How are
can
we
you
going?
hear what you
No,
say?
I
So
have-
all
I have
of
headphones
these
on.
guys next year, are they all three of the guys that 2, 11, and 12 are going to play a lot?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, think about like Trey Mann played a lot for the Thunder this past year, and he was picked at 18.
Yeah.
And then
So I think
But
the
you think-
question
but
we
you-
have to ask, though, Andrew,
Yeah.
who doesn't play?
lots of guys. That's the thing.
Start listing them name by name and tell me why they're not going to play.
I mean, I think Isaiah Roby's not going to play a whole lot.
Oh,
Sorry, Jay.
Oh, my God.
JRE.
Jerry's going to play.
Hey, listen, my only thing with Isaiah Roby has been the fact that he's better than Moses Brown.
That is still true. That is still true. So, okay. I'm intrigued by these players. Ousmane Dieng is a guy that I did not love through the draft process. He has a long ways to go. But the thing about it, in that this is a part of the plan, this is a part of the master plan for Sam, is that there are minutes available at the wing. They didn't have very many good wings last year. And I think Jalen Williams.
Until they trade for Kevin Durant, there's going to be so many minutes.
Yeah, please don't talk to me about that.
So David Roddy selected by the Grizzlies, man. Are you a little bummed by that?
They trade. I mean, no. David Roddy is only fun in theory. I don't know how good he actually
It's
is.
a very fun name, though, David Roddy.
It's a fun name. He is a giant thick daddy. He was like he's the preeminent thick daddy of the
Oh,
league.
would love.
But he has no brakes. Like he can't stop himself when he's going to close
All
out.
gas, no brakes.
Yeah,
That's my kind
pretty
of guy.
much.
That's Luke.
But the
right.
Thunder stay extremely flexible with their lineup. I think that that all of these guys can play multiple positions with regards to Ousmane and the Santa Clara Jalen Williams, and then Chet. I think will play both big positions.
I do have a question. Does it signal anything, or should it signal anything, that the Thunder would trade 3 first-round picks to get the 11 and
Yeah,
then sell up 12?
yeah. Here's the thing: like those are all protected picks. None of them are going to be inside the lottery, and you can't use all the picks on players in draft. So you're
Right.
going to have to do something with these at some point. And I wish that it was for a different player because it doesn't fit the evaluation that I had. But at the end of the day, it's not about the evaluations that I have or the evaluations that Sam Vecini has or even KOC, who is like very high on Ousmane Dieng. It matters about what the evaluation from Sam is.
Yeah.
And if Sam thinks that it's worth 3 first-round picks to get that, and remember, they didn't have to give up 12. They didn't give up a blue chip pick.
Yeah.
They didn't give up a pick that's going to be really, really good like that. At first, I was afraid that they traded 12 and a future pick for Dieng, which I think is really bad value.
That was what was very confusing about that, though. Was
Yeah.
for a minute, it was like, wait, okay, they traded up for 11. Wait, do they still have 12?
Yeah, when they still had 12, I think that's the moment where you can feel pretty excited because you select 3 players inside the top 12. You have hope that at least 2 of those guys are going to really work out.
I also think with playing obviously 3 new guys next year, that next year it's not like we're back, like we're gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a year where it's like we're gonna be back here in the lottery next year.
It's a part of the process, man.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
still more fun than last year was. Like,
well, and
just
last year was
adding
more
Chet.
fun than the year before.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
So
what
it's
this
just
is
a
all
slow
about.
roll to getting where we want to be.
It's the slow rebuild, and it's what they have wanted all along. I mean, Sam wrote it in the Oklahoman before this all started. He wrote what he wanted to do, and we're starting to see it. This is draft number 2, and you already have. I think you can feel pretty good about several of the rookies that we had last year, and I think you can trust what Sam did in that draft and use that. If you feel confused about who these guys are or what they're going to be able to do on the court, I mean, I think you can trust what Sam does inside the top 12. He just rarely misses when his picks are that high. I mean, Cole Aldrich is one that he missed on for sure. But if that were Mark Williams or Jalen Duren, like I'd be a little bit more scared because I just don't think taking a traditional big in 2022 in the top 12. Usman Jang is going to be Giannis because I don't think he's going.
Turn into a monster.
He
So I
could.
think we should look for cute players.
Well, it's too late. We've already drafted.
Well, I think Usman Jang might be cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he had a very nice suit.
He might be a cute player.
Did he? Yeah. I mean, the thing about Jang is
Good job, Andrew.
He says, "Yeah."
Yeah. Okay.
he's 6'10", and he's a wing. Like
Cute.
he's not a power forward. I think the thing that I think might make people cringe a little bit when I say this is that he's a little bit like Poku in a lot of ways. Is that he's not
as awesome.
He's not as awesome.
No, because his name is not.
Yeah,
Poku.
James Edwards pointed out now that we have Poku and Chet, we have two guys that look like the number 11 on our team, which is pretty great. But Jang has a high ceiling. It's all dependent on the shot with him. And I know we've heard this 1,000 times with Thunder players. And odds are he's not going to work out. But if he does, if he can shoot it, there's a chance that he could be an all-star caliber player because he has every other skill. And so it's going to take time. Jang may play in the G League. You may wonder why they took him when you see him play in Summer League. But this is all about the long game.
What do you rank this draft right now? Your initial ranking. Give us a serial.
What do you mean?
Ooh.
Oh, serious.
Serial.
Serial ranking. I mean, with just getting Chet in this draft, it's got to be CTC.
Which one
Wow.
did you say?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wow.
If I were to rank the individual picks, because the thing is, like, all that matters is Chet. That's all that matters. We have acquired so many opinions about these players in the last several weeks because of what we've read or what we have seen in YouTube videos or on Synergy or wherever else. We've also listened to a lot of podcasts. We listened to Sam Vecini talk about all these players like 100 times. And we've acquired opinions on these guys, and we still just don't know what they're going to be. But to get a player with the highest ceiling as Chet
Cinnamon
is
Toast
a big
Crunch.
deal.
Just overall. That's what you're giving it.
Overall, just because of Chet.
Okay.
Because the thing is, there are 20 players in the league that really, really matter. And they are you're either going to be a good team or not based on the fact that you either have those guys or you don't. And Chet has a chance to be one of those guys.
Okay.
And so that's what matters. You can go get the other guys to complement the team later. It doesn't have to be these guys now.
Yeah.
And if it becomes one of them, great. And that's why you swing for Usman Jang, is because if he becomes what you think he can,
Yeah.
then he could be one of those guys. It's possible. It's a swing for a top 20 player. Now, you could swing and miss
Yeah. He is
Easily.
French.
easily.
50-50 shot.
So
That's a
we'll
great
see.
point, Jay.
He is. Chet, American.
He is.
Yep.
His dad, killer ponytail.
Jalen
You know
Williams,
what?
American.
Chet's suit tonight killed it.
You liked it?
I did
I loved
Sohan
it.
was my favorite suit of the night.
Sohan's
Sohan,
my favorite person.
also,
of the night.
like
I
the
know,
fact that
man.
the Spurs
And he went to the
drafted
Spurs,
him.
yes.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I think we got
Yeah.
about 7 minutes before they kick us out of this place that we were recording. So I think it is important, or at least could be beneficial, to talk about some of the other drafts. Detroit is the draft that I think most people are going to leave tonight thinking about. In 2 years, they got Cade Cunningham,
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren.
Yeah. It's a nice draft.
That's a great core to start building around. So
Yeah.
Troy Weaver, former Oklahoma City Thunder assistant GM, doing a great job in the rebuild there.
Yeah.
Houston got Jabari. I mean, it's going to work for them. I think I have a high value of Jabari Smith.
You got Tari Eason.
Oh, did they really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, Tari Eason, which there's so many mixed reviews on who he is.
Oh, my
as an NBA
gosh.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beyond that, like really,
What did you think when the Paulo went 1?
man?
I couldn't believe it.
You know me. I've been high on Paolo all season.
Yeah.
Really, even before the season, just watching some of his high school footage. I like him. He is the most what you would assume as a natural NBA player.
Yeah.
Like, he's ready.
Yeah.
And he will show out for Orlando in a way that their fans are going to be jacked. I
Yeah.
think the long-term upside on him is still the question. And I can't, I can go through all the things that everybody else has already said about, what's his defensive intensity, all those things, but his skill set is very real. And I don't know what Orlando's ultimate structure is going to look like. Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Wendell Carter, Jonathan Isaac's back.
Yeah.
I think he fits there. He's going to be the corner piece for them. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Big ups to Alex for calling it from like day one. Like, why isn't
Why
it?
is no one talking about
Why
this?
isn't it Paolo Banchero? And
Yeah.
and big ups to the Magic for just not letting anybody know what it was going to be.
Yeah.
Also, big ups to Woj for cooking the books and probably making a ton of money tonight off of the betting odds with Paolo Banchero and with our guy Jabari Smith.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if we find out Woj has been betting?
Just I would make a bet right now on him being a guy that cooks the books.
So is there part of it? Is there part of it
Bucks.
for you? Like Alex mentioned it on Wednesday's pod of
Yeah.
the core that Houston was putting together, especially looking into next year.
Uh-huh.
And I think they're going to be even worse probably with Jabari versus Paolo. I think Paolo pulls you a little
Well,
bit
he's a better
closer.
defender. They
Yeah.
just didn't have any guys that could play defense. I actually really like that fit. I like that fit way better for Houston with Jabari because I think that it allows you to play all of your best players.
Do him and Şengün share the floor together?
Şengün, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That fit is 1,000 times better than with Paulo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but for me, I do think it limits, and I don't know, I've been torn all over the place on Jabari, but it does limit, I think, because I do think Oklahoma City and Houston in 3 or 4 years, 5 years are going to be really back to that kind of rivalry.
Yeah, I
world,
think Oklahoma City, Houston, and Detroit are all doing a really good job with their
Yeah.
rebuilds.
which
It's
sucks because Houston's ownership's so bad, but
and it's going to eventually be a big disadvantage for them. Now Detroit, maybe not. I don't know. It's fun to have these other teams that are doing it right as well.
yeah, if you're
And
a Pistons fan, you're super hyped.
you have to be very
and
excited.
Orlando. I think Orlando's
Yes.
doing these. I didn't
Sure.
love Suggs, but with Franz Wagner and Paolo.
Yeah.
and-
But
There's
even with Suggs, it's like that wasn't a bad pick.
No, it wasn't
No,
a
no,
bad
no, no.
pick. And it may still not be a bad
Yeah.
pick. We'll see how he plays this next year. But the thing is that there's just not a lot of bad teams that are managed in the NBA anymore.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are
except
doing
for Sacramento.
Sacramento did it again. They did it again.
Classic.
They took Keegan Murray over Jaden Ivey. They did it again.
Any other shockers in the first round? I know we're short on time. So anybody else?
I don't know if I'm surprised. I mean, AJ Griffin falling to 16 is definitely one. Shout out McKellar.
What about Shaden Sharp going to Portland?
I mean, that's been telegraphed for a while.
Yeah.
So it
that
is
makes a
surprising.
lot of sense. I can see him in Portland.
Here's the thing. and I like it for this reason alone, is that their management and Mike Schmitz are probably like, you know what? This whole Damian Lillard thing may not work out very well. And if
Yeah,
it
for
doesn't,
real.
we're going to have a young piece to build around after we trade Dame and we're going to have Anthony Simons. We're going to have Shaden Sharp. We're going to have whatever we get in the Dame trade. To me, it's a hedge.
Yeah.
Can they just do it already though? Because like, what even is this team next year
I don't
or the
know.
year after?
They're like
Just
a
do
good
it.
6 or 7 seed.
Just do it.
Yeah, I think they should. And credit to them for having the guts to take him, because I don't know that a
No,
lot
that
of
doesn't-
teams in that position would have done that. I think that you either trade the pick for somebody else or you take a guy like Sohan
Yeah,
a
who's
little
the
bit
most likely
higher.
to play?
Like, who can help me today? That's maybe you trade back. I don't know.
And if there's,
but
Mike Schmitz being in their front office now, like
it
he
helps.
knows
Yeah, he knows a lot about
a lot.
him.
Yeah.
He has been a person that's been closer to that camp than just about anybody.
So can you help me? Can you help me see how Mike Schmitz with Portland is either similar to or different from Hollinger going to Memphis?
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah,
It's
Schmitz
similar,
is
right?
Schmitz is more in the scouting,
And draft,
recruiting.
yeah.
Hollinger
Right.
is way more in the players.
Analytical.
Stats.
Yeah, analytical.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
the analytical beginner.
Yeah.
So
But
Anyway.
similar path.
Yeah. Any other kind of closing thoughts on the draft? Because I know there's a lot going on, and McKelly will be back on Monday, Alex on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We got one more full week, and then it'll be summer league, and
Yep.
we're gonna have you covered there as well.
We'll be there.
Here's
Yeah.
my thought. I'm happy that so many people came out to watch the draft with us. There's a ton of people.
It was a
If you
blast.
came out, we were very appreciative of you. And if you listen, we're also appreciative of you.
Yeah.
We're doing this 10 years, and it's pretty cool that we have a lot of people that are out and
It's longer than
excited
10
about
years.
it.
There's actually a story on Fox 25.
Fox 25
I'll-
came out and saw us
I'll
tonight.
tweet it out.
News
tonight.
9.
News 9. There
today
was
at
another
5,
story
talking
about,
us.
on News 9 today.
We've sold
yeah.
out, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Not
just
sold
encourage
out.
you that
That's a shocker.
as you get ready for this next iteration of the Thunder, there are shirts available, Thunder U.0 and a Chet
did it again.
Holmgren
Was
specific-
that on purpose?
It is
Jay?
on purpose. Both times
No,
it's been on
it-
purpose.
no.
Sure.
Yes.
Liar.
I think
Thunder U 2.0.
U.0.
U.0.
and the first and the best, possibly the only Chet shirt on the market
It's
Yeah.
probably the only chance
as of right now. Get it.
It's really
Also,
good.
it's very good. It's very.
We're gonna
cool.
send it to you hot off the presses,
Get and seriously,
all around the world.
order them now, because
Yes.
we're not going to run these
These are
for
going to be
very
available
long.
always. The show.
We
Make
probably won't even be allowed to run them after this. So just
That is
do it.
actually extremely
cease-
accurate.
Keep it
Once
going.
you
Yes.
see this, you will know. You will see very quickly why we can't run them after this.
They're
So
cool.
order it by Sunday.
If
for
you're
real.
part of
Yeah.
Chet's camp or the Thunder,
don't listen.
Don't listen to this part.
Don't listen to
Move on.
don't listen to the
Yeah.
2 minutes that preceded this, or the very beginning of the podcast,
Yeah,
or look
For
on
real.
Twitter.
for real.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening. We will have a ton more content coming at you guys,
Yeah.
breaking down who all these players are and how they fit with the Thunder. So please tune in. Thanks so much for joining us here on the podcast and on the stream. And we'll talk to you guys again on Monday.
Tune in, tune out, and come on.